Liverpool go down to Bournemouth, Graeme. They won 4-0. No Salah, no problem. Klopp spoke about the fact that Mo Salah, who has tweaked his hamstring at the African Cup of Nations over in the Ivory Coast, he's representing Egypt, of course, he captains Egypt. But he's spoken about Salah now sitting out for a bit, even coming back here for a bit, and then going back out to Africa. This was Jurgen.
I'm not a doctor, so I would say if Egypt qualifies for the final, if he's fit before the final, then probably yes. Why not? That's clear. It's just the tournament, but now it's about Ivory Coast. I'm sure it's a wonderful country, but it's probably now for players, and we have no people from us there, and their people have to take care of the players who are playing. So let's see.
So how would you feel about that if you're Jurgen Klopp, Graeme? You've been in the hot seat at Liverpool
Jurgen's
before,
saying the
of
right
course.
things. Jurgen's saying the right things. Jurgen's job, he's employed by Liverpool FC. His job is to do his very best for that football club. The very best for Liverpool Football Club if you get Salah back, get him fit, and he doesn't go back to Africa. But he's playing the game there, Jurgen, which he has to do. Making all the right noises. But the last thing, I mean, it's the classic case of club versus country. Before we go down that road, hamstrings are the worst injuries. That's the injury that players hate because it can kid you on. You can get it, and you said what was the term you used? Tweaked a hamstring.
Yeah.
But the great Bob Paisley would say that's a 6-weeker, that's an 8-weeker when he talked about hamstrings. And what hamstring does to you. I only ever had one in my life because I was never accused of being a sprinter, but. What they can do to you, they can kid you on by, you have your rest period a week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, you come back, you train a couple of weeks and you say you're ready. And you feel you've done everything you have to do that you would do in a game. And then 10 minutes into a game, subconsciously, you've been protecting it. 10 minutes into a game, you go whack and it goes again. So they are the injuries that really, really confuse a player and confuse medics because you just really don't know it's 100%. So I as a Liverpool supporter, I'm not an Egyptian, obviously. As a Liverpool supporter, I don't want him to go back.
Yeah, no, I get that. None of them will. Every Liverpool fan in the land will want him to stay back in the UK.
And you can bet that the medics will be being, I'll use the term, nudged in that direction.
Yeah. I mean, as you rightly say, Egypt will want him back if he was to go back, having been back here.
You can imagine he goes back and it goes again.
Then he wants to play it and
because
it could go again.
I come back to him subconsciously. Yeah. You're doing you think you're doing everything. You're going to do in a game.
Yeah,
but that you're not. I witnessed it many times where they've just been holding a bit back and they get into the game and you can see them putting an arm up after 10 minutes, holding the back of the leg.
Yeah, and having said that, I mean, Darwin Núñez is in the lineup yesterday and looks the business, and Klopp has him at his disposal and he's in form. So I mean, at the moment
he has a variety of options, doesn't he? And all of them are functioning at a relatively decent level now. I mean, the Salah argument is an interesting one because you'll see where the player is on this, and it is absolutely galling when you get a player that goes away on international duty, comes back with an injury, and even worse in this situation because if they actually do get him right and he has to go back again, it will irritate them all the more. And they won't have any ability to control it because, A, there's a call upon the international federations where you have to go where you're called up, irrespective of the circumstances. And B, be interesting to see where the player is on this because the player wants to go, he wants to play for his country, he wants to play in this tournament because it means something to them. We've had a debate about whether he's going to be at Liverpool at the end of the season after last summer's sort of debacle with the Saudis and what was going on there.
Yeah.
So it'll be an interesting one. But the bottom line is Liverpool are, as Graeme, with due respect to him, prophesied, are in a rich vein of form and are coming on strong. And, and Bournemouth, I thought they'd beaten 3-1. They beat them 4-0, so I thought I was looking good at 3-0. But this is a side that's been playing very well right now. Liverpool just rolled over them. And that is ominous for others.
Graeme, you've been in many a title race. Liverpool at the moment, 5 clear of City at the top. Jaws ultimately want to be the chased as opposed to being the chaser.
I read the notes last night that they were going to talk about it. I take myself back. When I went to Liverpool, I was there 7 years. We won 5 leagues, 7 seasons, 5 leagues. And when I went to that football club, in the dressing room, there were serial winners. There were regular winners of the league. And I can never remember discussing whether we were so far in front or whether we're chasing that it was ever going to be an issue. It was just focused literally on the next game. And again, I think I went into that dressing room as a young man and learnt from people who, you know, I've said it and written it my column many times. There's nothing like winning a league to install a confidence in you that going forward, don't panic. We've lost a couple of games, or don't panic. We've lost a couple of players. We'll just keep doing the things we were doing last year to get us through whatever difficult period. And it's just having that belief. And it really wasn't a case of us being in front or being behind. It was just a case of us winning the next game.
Just win.
I can remember we lost the game at home on Boxing Day to Man City, and we were 12th in the league, and we're being written off. But we ended up winning the league. We went on the most incredible run and won the league.
Yeah, Liverpool fans, I mean, Graeme is with Simon and myself this morning. You want to come to air, you're more than welcome. 03717 223344. No Salah at the moment. How do you feel about him coming back, but then maybe going back out to Egypt for the end of, he would hope, the final stages of the AFCON? But Liverpool 5 clear of City at the moment. Is that the position you want to be in? You want to be chased as opposed to being the chaser? How do you feel about it at the moment? 03717 223344.
Jim White and Simon Jordan. Monday to Friday mornings from 10 on AM, on DAB, via the talkSPORT app and on your smart speaker. talkSPORT.